her head, so it's not clear whether she was cured or not. But they're not counting that. I find it interesting that at the bottom of that study, they push back and throw in a lot of anecdotal evidence about Westerners that they knew who had transfusions and then recovered or didn't recover. But there was no control over those situations. Those are strictly anecdotal. I think it's really interesting that they would throw in anecdotal studies like that when they had a very carefully controlled population that they were looking at that had an 88% survival rate at a time when they were having 80% casualties. Now, after the break, we're going to talk about the timing of investments in this outbreak, and we're going to look at the companies that are investing in these strategies. This is a strategy that if they didn't understand that it worked, why would they spend millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to reproduce it artificially in a patented way? We'll be right back. Stay with us.
When you're out on the road, the last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.
Using unparalleled research in the development of a synergistic formulation based around the key concepts of super oxygenation, the next level in cleansing is here. With key ingredients backed by real clinical studies, the new Oxy powder, available through InfoWars Life, was invented during Dr. Group's research on the toxification of our bodies. Many herbal colon cleansers are harsh on the body and contain cheap and potentially dangerous ingredients, oftentimes full of synthetic fillers, GMOs, additives, or worse. Gently start cleaning your body with easy capsules that start working while you sleep. Oxy powder does not require time off work, and there's no need for bad-tasting concoctions. Instead, Oxy powder slowly releases monoatomic oxygen into the intestinal tract and body. Experience the astonishing cleansing power of superoxide and ozonide technology. Go to InfoWarsLife.com or InfoWarsStore.com to get started with Oxy powder, or call 1-888-253-3139.
In the near future.
When you realize how fake it all is, the football, the basketball.
Alert. Security alert. This is Homeland Security. Analysis. InfoWars building independent media operation.
We let the worst people get controlled and tell us that we are the ones responsible.
Prime Directive. Discredit Alex Jones.
Jones is the wildly popular conspiracy theorist.
It's a popular conspiracy theory talk show called InfoWars.
Alex Jones is now in an Austin jail.
These people are assaulting us.
Targeting of patriots engaged.
They are never going to stop. They're never going to deviate from their program until we stop them.
Block free iPhone app at Infowars.com. Block free podcast and video feed. Imperative. Destroy Prison Planet TV.
You gotta set your eye on the enemy, not worry about what propaganda they put out. Intellectually, it's begun and you can fail it.
coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the Resistance. Live from the Infowars.com studios, it's Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. We're going to be taking your calls in a few minutes. If you want to call in and tell us what you think about this latest development in Ebola with another person coming down with it in Dallas, that number on Sunday is 877-789-2539. That's 877-789-ALEX. Now, I was just talking in the previous section about how we're seeing blood transfusions, which are highly valued in the countries where where Ebola has reached pandemic episodes, and highly valued by the medical professionals who come back into this country. It's not just Dr. Kent Brantley who is doing everything he can to make sure that he donates blood to the people who have the same blood type that he does. We also had a British nurse, Will Pooley, fly into the United States to offer his blood. We had a Spanish nurse who flew back to Spain to try to give a blood transfusion to a Spanish priest. She had survived in country. The whole idea is that giving this blood transfusion, this convalescent serum as they call it, is a way to transfer antibodies from someone who survived via blood transfusion into a patient who is struggling with this. And what we see happening is we see the World Health Organization and others come out and say one of two things. Either they talk about how dangerous it is to have a black market in blood, and yes, there is a risk in that, but it's something that they could help with very cheaply if it wasn't for, I believe, a money trail. The other thing they want to do is say, well, we don't really know if this is effective. We haven't done enough studies on it. They don't have any incentives to do a study on it. It's just as we've seen with so many natural medicines. You know, there have been studies, as I mentioned, the 1996 Ebola study where they had 8 patients, 7 out of the 8 of them recovered. One of those patients had broken the fever but had an epileptic seizure, fell out of the bed, had a hematoma on her head, and perhaps that was the reason that she died. We've had 7 people get ZMapp. We've had most of them recover. We've had 2 deaths from it. We've had 3 people in Liberia who were healthcare workers, and we don't really know if they received blood transfusions or not. So if we remove those and look at the remaining 4, we see that out of the 3 people who survived with ZMapp, they all 3 had blood transfusions. The one who did not survive did not get a blood transfusion. I find that to be very interesting, but why, and this is the question, why would DARPA and Big Tobacco and the U.S. Army's bioweapons people, why would they work so hard to come up with an artificial version of human antibodies? We've had a situation in the African countries where 30% of the people have survived in this outbreak. That means that they literally have thousands of possible donors over there. If the Melinda Gates and Bill Gates Foundation wants to help people, if the Wellcome Trust wants to help people, why couldn't they do the simple thing and set up a blood donor registry, help people to test the blood for purity? That could be done right now. That could be done to prevent this from getting out of hand. Yet we see in the New York Times, and we report on this in the nightly news, that as the Gates Foundation is getting into this and the Wellcome Trust, they're arranging for mass production of ZMapp in animal cells. They say it's a more conventional method. Right now, they're growing them in plant cells. And let me just describe this process to you briefly. What they do is they infect a mouse with Ebola. When the mouse starts to produce antibodies, they take those antibodies out. They genetically modify those, hopefully to make them more acceptable to the human body. Then they take those genetically modified mouse antibodies and they put them in a plant. And the plant then reproduces that. That's what they call plantibodies. That's what they're injecting into people. Hey, what could possibly go wrong with that? But that is the artificial patented version of it. They've already got human antibodies that they could use. But of course, they can't make any money out of that. And listen to this line from the New York Times story. They say, supplies of the drug are expected to be limited to hundreds or maybe even thousands of treatment courses by early next year. Now, early next year, they're talking about anywhere from 500,000 to 1.5 million people having it just in the African countries if they don't stop the upward curve of this. So they say they're going to have hundreds or thousands of it. Meanwhile, they're going to have hundreds of thousands or millions of people with it. And they say it wouldn't be nearly enough if the epidemic continues to spiral out of control. But they're not about to go in and start really doing something seriously with an alternative treatment. We've seen that over and over again. And there's also a lot of questions about, of course, the profit of this. We know that that's why they're not doing anything with it. And we've already seen that Chimerix, which made brincidofovir, which was the drug that Mr. Duncan was given, he did not survive. We've seen that their stock went way up when they gave it to him as a trial. And then when it didn't have any success in his case, their stock tanked. We've also seen now that Tecmira's drug, TMK Ebola, is being used, that their stock is going way up. So they rise and fall with this stuff, but there's some interesting timing on this. Back in January of this year, we had an investment from Monsanto into Tecmira, the people who are making TMK Ebola. They invested $1.5 million. This was Monsanto, invested $1.5 million into Tecmira back in January 13th, 2014, and it was a stock option. If the stock option was exercised, they would make about a 5,700% return on investment. I believe they probably realized that because 12 days before anyone received news of the outbreak in Guinea, where apparently it started, the first announcement of it anyway, they announced 49 people have it. Then 12 days before that, this particular stock spiked. So follow the money. Ask yourself why it is that we have such a massive outbreak. Again, as I mentioned, they've had several outbreaks that were just a couple of dozen people. They've had a few outbreaks where it was two of them where it was about 300 people, one about 400 people. Now we've got thousands of people that are coming down with this. And of course, isn't it convenient that big pharmaceuticals have a lot of different things that they're working on at the time? And of course, DARPA is behind the one that Gates is getting behind. They're putting all of their money into that, but nobody is looking at the cheaper alternatives. And let me say this, I'm not saying that everybody's going to get cured from blood transfusions. That's not the point. The point is, why would they pursue a policy that A, they didn't know if it was effective, and B, that they're trashing as a black market? Here in America, we transfer semen for artificial insemination between people privately, and we allow breast milk to be transferred in many cases. And I believe that that should be allowed. Why should the people in Africa not be allowed to have a market in something that would help them? Can't we assist that along? Wouldn't that be an effective thing to try? We're kind of desperate at this point, looking for solutions. Why would they not allow that? Well, of course, it's the money. And we've seen this again and over again with medical marijuana. And there's an interesting story coming out of Italy. And they're talking about how they just made medical marijuana legal. They realized that it was very expensive for people. They were paying about 10 times the street price at the pharmacies. So what they're going to do is use the Italian army to grow medical marijuana. That's the kind of compassionate use we should see. And let me point out that one of the key things in recovering is not necessarily going to be your blood transfusion, but having the right kind of palliative care, making sure you're in good condition, especially your immune system. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've always believed in nutrition and herbs. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals. Sourced from powerful organic herbs, harvested around the planet, and then concentrated for maximum potency.
I just received my Male Vitality about 3 days ago, and I must say that is good stuff.
After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic Super Male Vitality formula. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose.
I jump out of bed ready to fight these criminals every day. I look forward to waking up and taking my Super Male Vitality and getting the day started.
It's not just the Super Male Vitality. All the products at InfoWarsLife.com are simply amazing. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality and other powerful products from InfoWars Life.